many of Rivers people. I mean, you can talk about Ikwere local government, Obiakpo local government. You can talk about Ichie, which, I mean, at the moment seem to be leading the way. Obiakpo was, and now Ichie is, and Ikwere local government also doing the bits that it can. There are also reports of good signs in Gokana. Well, but in Emuoha, a lot of people have had something different to say. Well, today we're going to get into details of those reports that we've been getting and find out whether there's any truth in those reports. And before we start, let it be known that we've tried to contact the chairman of Emuoha Local Government Council. I called him yesterday, also dropped a message to also try and get his opinion and position. And this yet to get a response. So if at the end of this conversation there is a need for him to respond, we're very open to have him on the show. I just had to clear that first before we introduce my guest. It is Prince Agbovu, the President General, EMOLGA Integrity Group, and he's also the chairman of EMOLGA APP Media. All right, thank you for joining us, Mr. Agbovu, and good morning.
Good morning, Rivers people.
All right. If you are on Facebook, you might have already gotten a hint of what the question is, but I'll start with this question so you get a response. If you're on Facebook and you reside in Emuoha, whether you work there as a staff or you live there, we need you to tell us what the situation is with regards to development since the administration came on, and what is the situation with workers' welfare in the council. That's where my guest would now come in and begin the conversation. But you on Facebook at Nigeria Info 92.3 PH, let us know what your thoughts are using the comment section, and please remember to keep the messages very short and straight to the point. Now, quickly to you, Prince, let us start with the most pressing one. A lot of people have sent messages to me and to our newsroom, and most of the complaints have been that, please, the chairman, talk to the chairman. And I'm like, Nigerian folk cannot talk to the chairman. It's not our job. All right. He's the chairman and he knows what the constitutional responsibilities are. But then there are talks that workers are not well taken care of. Unconfirmed, but the talks are there. So you're here to tell us, is that really the situation? Are workers in Emuoha not being paid? Have they been paid last month's salary? Let's start with that.
Honestly, the civil servants in Emuoha Council has not received 1 naira.
For last month?
For last month. They have not received anything at all.
Are there any areas that are outstanding that should be paid?
There are issues, they had issues with the former administration, Honorable Dr. Chidiloy, where he sacked some persons based on, he felt they are ghost workers and not the rest. But at the time, the governor came in and reinstated them, directed that they should be reinstated. And even why the governor paid directly, because there were issues, the governor now instructed that they should be paid from the state level instead of, allowing the chairman and every other person to pay them. So these persons received the first one. But when this administration came on board, and the person of Chief David Omireji in form of a caretaker, there was also still issues where some persons claimed that they have not been paid. He insisted that some of them are still ghost workers and they have not been paid. And they have also cried that if we are ghost workers, you can come back for the biometrics. Let us sit down, you review our documents, review our employment.
So he's also saying that they are ghost workers.
He said some, not all.
Some
among the ghost workers, among the acclaimed ghost workers, Chidiloy sacked, has been paid. A microscopic few of them has not still been paid, and they are insisting that pay us. The governor has already directed. They have already received from the state that first batch.
So how many months left? How many months?
They have not paid since April.
Since April?
Yes, they have not been paid. They have not been paid.
Okay.
They have not been paid since April because the governor came in and cleared up to 2-3 months because he said he cannot pay them the arrears. The one Chidiloy did not pay. He cannot pay in total or at once. So he's going to pay them batch by batch. But fortunately, the caretaker committee chairman came in after the governor paid the second month. And the remaining ones, we were believing that the caretaker chairman would not pay the rest. But I understand that maybe the resources are not there. But as I speak to you, some of them are still not being paid, even for once.
The resources are not there, as in the allocations did not come, or the money coming is not going to be enough to carry that wage bill all at once. What exactly is? Because in other local governments, that is not the situation.
Yes,
so,
what
exactly is?
I agree with you. The issue at hand is that I'm only assuming without considering that we don't have enough resources. If not, I think when he came on board as the caretaker chairman of Emuoha local government, he met up to 2.something billion naira.
Was that what he stated to or that's what you know as
a
worker in the council?
That is what I know, because as at March, if Chidi stop receiving allocation from the state or from the federal, as you may call it, from February, he stopped by February. So from March allocation, when the chairman,
but workers were still paid.
Some of them
from paid. That February, workers were still paid.
No, governor paid. No, they didn't. Even before February, some workers have not been.
No,
paid.
I need us to understand this, because the argument is this, right? Now, at the time when what happened with the local government chairman and all of that, there were reports. I mean, Chidi Lloyd and amongst some other council chairmen had come out to say that their allocations were being withheld by the state government. 3 months, they said, if we're to be exact. And the state government has said, no, it did not withhold the allocation of any council. The monies are not supposed to be paid to the chairman, but to the council. They say, and as it is, the monies went to the council. It's not supposed to be paid to the chairman. That was the argument of the government. And it says workers were getting their salaries. And then the council chairman were saying it's not possible to be paying workers directly when we are the council chairman who are supposed to be oversee, have meetings and have our own, meetings with the accountants and all of that, and look at what came in and what we're doing. That was the argument. So I'm asking you now, when you said that, in the time of Chidi Lloyd, this amount allocation did not come, what did it mean that workers were not also paid?
Workers were not also paid.
Okay.
Because there was no allocation now. So how do you pay workers? Apart from the time the governor stepped in to say, okay, let me pay them for February. Let me pay them that of February. He also paid that of March directly to the workers. Every other money, the chairman's entitlement and what have you, we are not released.
So you're saying at acting capacity, the current chairman did not pay those salaries?
I think no, he paid, but did not pay all.
He paid for some.
Yes, for some who he felt are no longer ghost workers. He paid, but some persons are still being affected, even when the governor has paid them and cleared them. As at when they were having that face up with Dr. Chidi Lloyd as the chairman, governor stepped in and paid all of them. But when the caretaker chairman, this current chairman now, he was a caretaker chairman. When he came in, he still felt that some of these persons are still ghost workers, and I won't pay them.
Did he give a reason why he felt that way?
Well, we have not seen him address the workers for one day.
Does he reside in Emuoha?
No, he even hardly comes to Emuoha. He hardly comes to Emuoha. He doesn't reside in Emuoha.
So he hardly comes to the secretariat?
Though the secretariat was under lock and key, but the secretariat has been opened immediately after his inauguration. But ever since then, he has not come to address the civil servants or talk with them or even visit.
So how do you work with the council chairman? How do you?
There is no working relationship between the Emuoha civil servant and the council chairman. I must be very honest with you. There is no working relationship. You must agree with me or do your personal findings. Emuoha local government is, if I thought, is not the only local government since after the inauguration of the chairman that is yet to appoint a secretary to council, return chief press secretary, or another key appointments. Emuoha local government has not commenced governance in any way. We are still looking like a people who are about going for election. We are yet to realize that the elections are over, and we need to commence governance as soon as we are inaugurated. We are ready to realize.
So nothing is happening. That's what you're saying.
Nothing is happening in Emuoha local government. There is no appointment. There is nothing, and I challenge anybody to call him or even the former chief press secretary in the person of Barrister Chizienyi to call in and tell me that the chairman has reappointed or has approved or has done anything in Emuoha. Nothing is happening in Emuoha.
Let's then go to at the time he was in acting, because when he was acting, there were people who were singing his praises. Oh, that is the chosen person. Oh, he has come to liberate Emuoha. Oh, there's now light, brought transformer in this community, and all of that. So, are you saying that all of that happened, or people were just exaggerating the situation?
Each time a government comes on board, whether we like it or not, you must see some persons who will sing the praises of the government. Emuoha people felt light was our challenges, so they now bothered Honorable Dr. Chidi Loy, the former local government chairman, on light. It wasn't as if he wasn't doing any other project.
Because he had said in his time, Dr. Chidi Loy, that there were court issues that limited what he could do, and he had left it at that level.
I agree with him. It wasn't as if he wasn't doing another project, but the major problem facing Emuoha at that time was light. He has his issues with NEPA, he has issues with them, they went to court, and all those excuses. As at when this chairman came on board, the current chairman, when he came in as caretaker chairman, we felt maybe the light was going to be restored within 2 weeks. And that was his promise. He moved to some communities within Emuoha and promised that within 2 weeks we are going to restore this light. But he also faced one or two frustration along the line, in restoring that light. But we know too well that Governor Sim Fubara gave directive that electricity must be restored back to Emuoha local government, and gave him a blank check that go ahead and restore power to Emuoha local government. And so, as we speak today, we couldn't achieve that within the 3 months. Within the whole 3 months in office as the caretaker chairman, he couldn't achieve that. So, within this, just last week, even 4 days ago, I don't think it's just 4 days ago, the light is now on. We have now beginning to witness that some communities now have light. Even if there are some communities that have not still had that. Yes, there are indications that some communities now has, and the rest community will not. The governor who gave the caretaker chairman, as at his 2 weeks in office, a blank check.
As an elected chairman.
As at caretaker, as when
as
he
a
was
caretaker,
that
okay.
chairman, not even now. Within 2 weeks in office, the governor gave him a blank check. Go back and restore power to Emuoha local government. Then the commissioner for power, Honorable Solomon Ebeleke, supplied the transformer and the poles. But we couldn't yet. We are struggling within the whole 3 months to achieve that. So in the whole 3 months, he did not achieve that power restoration back to Emuoha local government. We couldn't achieve anything within 3 months of his caretakership in office.
So is there something you can look at and say, well, from when he was caretaker and now that he's been acting in the capacity of an elected chairman, is there something you would say that he has done and brought to Emuoha that is new and different, positive?
I doubt if I can lay my hands on anything that he has done within the time he was a caretaker chairman in Emuoha local government. I doubt. Because the light was a major target and we couldn't achieve that. Even when he was moving around promising some communities that in the next 2 weeks, in the next 1 week, yet he stayed the whole of that 3 months and he couldn't achieve that target. And so we were wondering, some of us were wondering, why, what was the reason? But he's not the type that comes to media. He's not the type that is willing to address the people, because we know he met over 2.something billion. And we also know that the governor gave him blank check. So what could be the reason why this type of a thing will still not be achieved within that 3 months? So we are wondering, unless the chief press secretary, former chief press secretary, in the person of Chizienyi, will come here and tell us that they achieved it in 2 weeks or in 1 month or in a day. The line is open. The doors of the station is open, because Emuoha people are willing to hear him. We want to see the chief press secretary speak. We want to see the chairman comes to a studio and address. We want to meet him in a town hall meeting. Tell us why we didn't achieve this light within the 3 months. And now that we have achieved the light, because just 4 days ago there is light. Now that we have achieved it, who do we thank? It is not him. We need to give people need to know that the person we need to appreciate is His Excellency Governor Sim Fubara. That is the man we need to appreciate.
So what can you say? I mean, you've highlighted a few things now. You've said you've not had any interaction with the councilman, the workers. How are the workers in Emuoha then coping with the economic reality, with going to work? Workers still come to work in the council, right?
No, there is, as I speak,
so if there are documents to sign and all of that, how do you go about those?
There is nothing happening in Emuoha local government.
So everybody comes to meet the chairman.
Let me not just come here and begin to pretend, because the reason why I'm here is to help some of our people who cannot speak out. Some persons too felt if they talk, the chairman will no longer appoint them to one position, or they won't get one benefit, or their leader will begin to frown at them. They won't give them rice for Christmas and what have you. But we need to talk. Dino Melaya said, if you talk, you die. If you don't talk, you died. So he must talk. We need to speak out. We really need to speak out, not minding what we stand to lose or gain in any way. There is nothing happening in Emuoha local government. During the nothing happening in Emuoha local government. I stand to be challenged by anybody, including the former chief press secretary, Chizie. There is nothing happening in Emuoha local government. The chairman don't interact with the civil servants. He don't even tell them, okay, let us manage this building for now. This is the work directive. This is the guideline. This is what we can do for now. You know, nothing of such. You even hardly see him comes to council. You hardly see him comes to the local government, and a lot of that and that and that. So there is nothing happening in Emuoha local government. Everybody in Emuoha local government is just on his own. And you have rightly stated it here that other local government councils are booming. Work has started. Everybody
all right, let's take a question. Just hold that thought. When we come back, more.
For more talk,
Conversation continues here on the Morning Crossfire. It's been quite interesting. My guest from Emuoha local government area is the President General, EMOLGA Integrity Group, and is also the media chairman for the APP in Emuoha. Prince, thank you. Still with us much in the studio. I'll just take a few messages on Facebook before we continue with a few more questions. I will open the phone lines. I'm sure a lot of you have things to say after hearing some of the revelations he's made. There's still plenty more, because from what he was saying, I was telling him over the phone, from what you have described, it's looking like the immediate past administration of Dr. Chidi Lloyd seemed to have done much more in the couple of months, first 3 months that it was there, compared to what you're experiencing now. And well, he would have to answer that, and perhaps you guys would have to answer that as well. There's the issue of the ghost workers. I would also come to that, because some reports I also heard was that, the chairman and the council are trying to rectify the pay log and looking at trying to read the pay log of names that are ghost workers and people who have multiple ways they are getting paid from the system. All of that has been excuses that have been raised. But this message from Michael Ebulu says that young man in the studio is not simplified. Unless you are simplified, they won't give you anything. That's what he says. So are you simplified or not simplified? Is that why you're not getting anything?
Let him define who is simplified and who is not simplified. Let him also tell us what you need to do for you to be simplified.
Is it possible?
Is he more simplified than myself?
I get what he's saying, but is it possible to pay salaries of only people who are in support? Let's say in the local government, everybody's working, all civil servants, and then time to pay salary at the end of the month, they will now choose only the people supporting the governor and pay them, and the others will not be received. Because people always make that accusation, and I'm saying I don't see how it's possible, because there's a system of how these payments work.
Yes.
You can't pick. But you are in the system. Is it possible to do that?
It's practically impossible. It's practically impossible. You don't know. You cannot begin to differentiate who is simplified and who is not simplified before you pay. If you are a chairman that knows your left from your right, as soon as you come into office, you now look at the payroll. You can even summon the workers. You can have a head count. You give them pre-information. Within 2 weeks, I want to see you so day. All the workers. The workers in Emuoha local government are not too big that you say the whole local government council cannot accommodate them for a meeting. You summon them. You can have a head count. How many do we have in this department? How many do we have in this department? Who is regular? Who is sick? You can talk to the people. Have one-on-one with the people. From at the end of the meeting, you have your own findings. You can now come to a conclusion that what you have is total number of so and so. And this is how much they have been receiving. These are the people that are due for promotion. These are the people that you need to convert. These are the people that you need to do this. These are the people that you need to caution. You now have a detailed information. Assuming it's even 200, you can say, okay, I'll be paying 230. You can see that from the payroll. You know what you met on ground, and you know how much you ascertain how much you will be paying from that day. So every month the allocation comes, you already know how much that is going for salary, and you won't be having the back and front of who is a ghost worker. You don't even verify the people. You have not had a meeting with the people. You have not talked with the people. You don't even assess their documents. So how do you run into conclusion that you still have some pockets of ghost workers?
Some people accuse the state government, the governor precisely, of handpicking candidates. Some people even said, the chairman now would be the best, and all of that. What's happening now from what you're saying? I'm pretty sure that a lot of people are saying, you see? Is that the case? What is the ideal situation on ground if you're going to compare the first 3 months under Dr. Chidi Lloyd and now?
Well, if you ask me, first I want to disagree that the governor handpicked anybody. I don't want to put that tag on.
No, that's what some people out there are saying.
I disagree with that fact. The fact we have is that some persons, lobbied leaders, for them to get that anointings from leaders and get their supporters to support them. That's what I know. And that those leaders have sacrificed, in the case of Emuoha, those leaders have sacrificed the progress, the prosperity, the empowerment, the development of Emuoha people on the altar of friendship.
So are you saying that the emergence of this chairman as candidate was because leaders of Emuoha lobbied to make sure that the current chairman is the person that emerges?
He lobbied the leadership of
and
Emuoha.
They submitted to it.
They submitted to it, but as I speak to you, if they are not regretting now, within the shortest of time, they will cry more than me. I'm sure some of them are regretting now, but if they are not, you can have this date saved. Within the shortest of time, they will cry more than me. Some of them are not crying today because they want to be patient. They want to watch. They want to see if anything can change. But unfortunately, nothing is changing. From the time this chairman came in as caretaker chairman, you can't even assess him. You can't call him and he picks. You can't send him a message and he replies. Assuming at your level he forbids taking your call, you cannot even pass through your leaders their call. One leader should call him and say, this man takes my call. I share ideas with this man. I have suggested one or two to him, and this is what he has done. I challenge any leader.
All right, we'll go to the phone line.
And say it. So within the 3 months of his office and that of Chidiloi, in fact, with due respect, it's so,
because a lot of people made Chidiloi's admission look really bad.
Yes.
In Emuoha. There were many complaints.
It's unfortunate,
but it looks like you're complaining more now.
It's unfortunate that I have to say this, but we are gradually getting to the level where we all come out and begin to apologize to Chidiloi. I pray we don't get to that level, but that is the level that we are getting to. That will not come out to say, Chidiloi, sorry, we never knew you were the best. But I pray that as simplified family in all the governor is doing, because the governor is not owing anybody any dime. The governor is doing his bets, trying to see how he can attract investors to the state, trying to see how the state can grow, trying to see how every local government will be competitive in all ramifications. And what he gets is that some are making 5 steps forward, some chairmen are making 5 steps forward and 100 steps backward. It's going to give the governor a bad name.
Clever Sonny says on Facebook, who is bankrolling the man in your studio to blackmail the workaholic chairman of Emuoha local government? Now, I would say this: if anybody feels like there's something, rather than making statements like this, point out to something he has said that is not correct.
Simple.
I think that would be easier.
Simple.
So to help. So you come out and say he said this, that's a lie because the chairman did this or has done that. I think that would be a better way to argue whatever it is that is here. Like I've said from the very beginning, when we started the conversation, people that would listen and will get to the chairman, I'm sure the chairman would even hear, has the opportunity to come to the studio here and have a conversation if he wants to, or send any of his aides that can come here and sit down and have a conversation and respond to some of the revelations that have been made, whether they are right or wrong. Optimistic UK says, I think the man in the studio, Andrew, go to Emuoha now. You see how busy that area looks like. Other local government chairmen have started work keeping their local governments in good shape, showing evidence of governance. But here, we grow animals in the council. The chairman knows nothing about administration. Justice Ori says your guest is not correct on some issues. No handover was done to the chairman when he was CTC to know the exact amount he inherited as quoted by your guest. Is it possible that because there's no handover, he wouldn't know how much? But there were workers in the council. And you had
Chidiloi was not
accountants.
That of March allocation, April and May, and that allocation was released to Chief David Omreje. I have challenged the Chief Press Secretary, the former Chief Press Secretary, Barrister Chizie.
But I want you to state that again. You're saying that the allocations for which months and which months are withheld?
March, April, and May was handed over to Chief David Omreje. He made $something billion. I have challenged.
On what authority you have this information?
I have challenged the Chief Press Secretary. Chief is a customer in your studio. Let him come here and tell me that this thing I'm saying is not correct. Let them come and say that the Rivers State did not hand over, that up till now the allocation that we are supposed to be given to Chidiloi has not been given to Emuoha. Are they trying to insult the governor? Are they embarrassing him, or what are they trying to call him names and they claim to be simplified? They should come out with facts to tell us that no, he met nothing, and there was no allocation.
This information you're giving now about the monies released, is it an information you got as a civil servant in the council?
Of course, as a civil servant in the council. Of course.
All right. 0817-923-0007. The number to call 0817-923-0007. You can also call 0817-923-0003. Please, let's go straight to the point. We don't have all the time, so keep your response short and direct. Letan Barry, let's hear you in Bori. Use your headphones, please. Letan Barry, can you hear me?
Yep,
go on.
Good morning to your guest. I think with the story and complaint this young man is giving in the studio there, I think when they were so excited and commending the caretaker chairman when he came in, I also complained. I said politicians have their way to get what they want. They might do few things to actually impress the people just to get what they want in future. And when they got it, they cut their hand and show their real character. As to my local government chairman, I think Honorable Martin Swigbo has done very well. We were complaining about electricity, and just of recent, transformer came in. We were surprised, and the work has been concluded yesterday. Very soon, Kana local government, mostly in Bori, they will have the expected light, mostly the areas where they've not gotten. And the ambulance also was given to hospital. And so I want to commend him for that, despite the fact that at the workers' salary, which we were expecting the promotion, I think that is only where he needs to amend himself. And I commend him for the little he has done, and I see that before his tenure ends, he's going to do very well.
All right, Litambari, thank you. That's from Bori. NTA Road, Mufasa on the line. Good morning.
Yeah, thank you very much, Andrew, and good morning to the guests in the studio.
Morning.
Well, Andrew, I want to believe that leadership comes with responsibility. I may want to assume, I don't know how true it is, but it seems as though Emuoha has not really been lucky when it comes to, chairman of council. But even when Tom Alese was there, he did well. And after he left office, Shiloh came in and people complained a lot. And now we've gotten somebody who has not even stayed up to have elected chairman, not to stay up to like 3 months in office. Now you are not beginning to hear complaints. I mean, it's unimaginable for me because one, the chairman currently was caretaker for 3 months. And I want to believe that would have been enough to build a cordial relationship with workers, because it's very important. The civil servant, whether you are simplified or not, provided you are a staff of the council, supposed to be taken care of. That is the responsibility of the chairman. But when you begin to act as though workers does not even mean well to you, I mean, I don't know who you will rule over, because these are people that will cause problems for the governor. The governor has said that the priority of civil servants should be put forth. And now you hear people coming to complain that this man is not. So I don't know, but like he has said, or you have said, that he has the right to come and either dispute or deny what this man has said. But my question before I go, Mr. Oga, have you tried to approach the chairman, maybe write a letter or try to see how you can galvanize the civil servant to meet him and lodge a formal complaint so that he knows that people are not happy with him? That's my question.
From NTR, thank you very much. You want to respond? Can you answer this immediately?
Yes.
Have you?
We have done that time without numbers. Not just myself. A good reasonable number of Emuoha people, including the workers, has done that, trying so hard to get to the chairman.
So is there anyone? I mean, we need papers, documents to be signed, all of these things. So how does the chairman get those documents? How does he know, okay, this is what and what? Is it that there's nobody at all that can go get to the chairman?
I have said it over and over again. Even your studio here, you can attempt calling the chairman, and you will imagine if he will even pick, you will hear his voice, how rude he will sound over the phone. I challenge you here. Let it not be as if I will say, okay, later the chief president should come or who will come. I challenge you. Try calling the chairman, and you now imagine if this is a chairman of a people. Because this is supposed to be the chairman of the local people. Our problem, he was supposed to know our problem first before the governor. The essence of coming as our chairman is to interface with us. Know the problem as it affects the local people. And so who from the local people, among the local people that can call the chairman and he picks? Will I begin to mention the numbers of leaders who will tell you that we have called him more than 10 times? He's not taking our calls. We have sent him messages.
Who are the leaders? Just for us to be specific, who are some of the leaders in Emuoha that you think should have the ability to communicate with him and he would respond that I've tried and he did not? And I've said it that, well, we have tried.
I don't want to go into mentioning names, but I assure you that in the shortest of time, you will see some leaders coming here to cry more than me.
All right. Chima and Rumokuta, good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Isemi.
All right, Chima.
God bless your guests at the studio there. I think such people will be coming up more and more. Mr. Andrew, what do you expect from this administration? The last time you spoke to this Omereje as a chairman, he was instigating problems. In that video,
I don't think I've ever spoken with him. So let me correct you, Chima. I've never had a conversation with him.
Now to talk about the matter at hand, the welfare of his people, he has to take call. Now, the issue now is that now, this your guest at the studio, nobody believes going to come and say such a thing. And that is what is happening in almost all the local governments. Now, this chairman, most of them have been given those positions due to compensation. What they did for the present government now. That is why most of them are there. Now, in the issue of now, Chief Press Secretary, these persons are one of the people that work with Amechi that and that deceive Amechi, because I know Pastor Chief very, very well. He has never been in a position where things are working well. I contacted him in one of the sisters' radio one time, and he was very angry. I told him about the incident during Amechi's own dispensation in APC. And now he has gone to meet the governor of River State. Don't know what I said yesterday in